Hi guys, Black is here, and I'm getting ready to do what I do best, and that's piss people off and run people away from my channel. But it needs to be said. If you are a man and you call yourself a car guy, but you take your car or truck somewhere to get the oil change, you are a chump. I want to say something else, but I don't want to get a yellow flag. But you are you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to say it. I'm going to tell you, you are a English cigarette. What do they call a cigarette? A slang word in England. That's what you are. Okay. Now, enough of that. What I mean by that is this. I'm watching a video. Some guy bought a 2022 Silverado with the 2.7. It's got 93 or 96,000 miles now. He's talking about through the years, it has used oil. You know, I can't remember it. I think he said he put a quart of oil in it about every 1,000 miles or 2,000 or 3,000 miles. The point is, no, I'm sorry, he had to put a one and a half quart before he changed the oil. Between the oil, I think he said he changed the oil. Well, he said he used to change it at 15%. Now he changed. Well, no, he changed his other cars at 15%. He changed it at 30%, which I think he said is a little over 5,000 miles. But check this out. This is a grown-ass man. He said he used the truck for work, but he takes it, and here's the crazy part. He don't take it to the dealer. He takes it somewhere, I forgot where he said, because it's cheaper. You know, a lot of people go to Take 5 to get their oil changed because it's cheaper. A lot of people go to Jiffy Lube and get their oil changed because it's cheaper. Let me tell you a few stories, all right? You ready for this? Back when I used to live in an apartment complex, the one I stayed at for 20 years, there was a neighbor who worked at a Chevrolet dealership in Atlanta on Metropolitan Parkway. Used to be known Stewart Avenue. I want to say it was Airport Chevrolet, but I don't remember the name, but it was on Metropolitan Parkway because I went there a couple times to get something done to my car. They went out of business a long time ago, more than 10 years, okay? He said they used to give them a coffee can, or something can, and hell, he said about 3 quarts of oil. They had to drain out the oil. And when they fill up that coffee can, they had to put the oil plug back in. He said that the manager of the dealership said the Chevrolet engineers said the engines last longer when you mix the new oil with the old oil. Even before that, I grew up. My mom had school buses. My dad had trucks. He always had more than 1 or 2 trucks or 1 or 2 cars. My father never had one. Well, when we got real old, he had 1 car. But before then, my father always had multiple vehicles. He said he'd go broke if he paid somebody to change his oil. So he changed his own oil, changed the oil on my mama's school buses. Okay, the only thing he wouldn't mess with transmission. He did not. He was afraid to change. I don't think he ever changed transmission fluid. He always said, it'll go out if you change the transmission fluid. That's the only thing, one of the few things I didn't agree with my dad about. But anyway, he taught me how to change my oil. And to me, it was always fun. I always liked changing my own oil, you know. So I'm not letting nobody, I wouldn't even let Ford change the oil on my F-150 has never been to the dealership or anybody to change the oil. I have always changed my oil. I just changed my oil, I don't know, a month ago. 103,000 miles when I changed the oil, all right? But no one has ever changed my oil but me. My truck don't use any oil. Let me change that. When I changed it, it had 8,500 miles. It was maybe a quart low, but it wasn't at the ad. It was not in the ad. It was still in, I think it was halfway in the crosshatch. So 8,500 miles and the oil was still good. And this guy, 2.7, is burning oil. Is it because the engine bad? No, maybe because he took it to the oil change place instead of changing the oil himself. You know, some years ago, when I had a Tahoe, when I first moved in an apartment complex, well, I didn't first move in an apartment complex, but I didn't have anywhere to dump my oil. See, before I moved in an apartment complex, I used to live with a friend of mine, and I would take it in the woods and dump it in the woods. Yeah, I know back. We used to keep the cut. That's how we kept the kudzu from coming in the backyard. We throw oil on. But anyway, I heard on the radio somewhere, I don't forget where, but they said that AutoZone, Advance, anybody that sell oil, you can take your old oil to them and they will recycle it for free. So ever since then, I've been knowing that. And that's been some years. But anyway, I went to Tire Plus in Austell, Georgia. Okay. I had a 96 Tahoe. I took it them, they was advertising a oil change and a tire rotation and balance for $36. Yeah, that's right. And I went there because I was stupid. I went there and they said, because my truck was 4-wheel drive and it had 16-inch tires, I don't qualify that. I don't qualify for that. So they wanted to charge me $100 to rotate the tires and change the oil. Of course, I said, you know what? Don't worry about the tire rotation. Just change the oil then. Then they try to say, well, because your truck is 4-wheel drive, you don't use the normal oil. You got to use 4-wheel drive headed. No, I don't. It's a 350. That the same 350. Well, it ain't the same 350, but actually, it would damn near be the same 350 that come in the SS Impala. Because yes, the SS Impala was an LT1, but it was still a 350. And if you looked at the damn block from the back, you probably couldn't tell one from the other. But the point I'm making is this. It holds 5 quarts. He gonna try to say it don't. So in other words, they were trying to charge me $50-something for oil change. We argued for a while. I got the oil change for $36. But I still felt screwed because I didn't get the balance, the tire rotation and balance. But anyway, the point I'm making, 3,000 or 4,000 miles later, I decided to change the oil my damn self. And the oil did not, it came out looking weird. It seemed like it was too thin. Almost like, not like water. It seemed too damn thin, you know? And I said, you know what? I'm not going to ever pay anybody to change my oil. I'm not ever doing that again. And I haven't. But the point I'm making is, I sometimes wonder, is his truck burning oil because of he took it to an oil change place? People who change oil are not the smartest people in the world. Do you think they take mechanics, technicians with years of experience to change oil? Hell no. They get some young ass boy that probably don't even own a damn car. And if they own a car, it's probably some old stupid ass Civic with a cold air intake. The point I'm making is they get the stupid person to change your oil. You know, some years ago, when BMW come out with the V10, the M5 with a V10, what was it, 500 horsepower? I remember reading about that engine. I remember they said BMW used special kind of rod bearings or bearings that were supposed to be low resistance or whatever. It was supposed to be able to handle the 8,400 RPM or whatever that engine ripped to. And they said it was supposed to use a special kind of oil that BMW sold. The oil was really expensive. Well, how about a lot of people went out and bought them cars, didn't take it back to the dealership to get the oil changed because it cost too much. You buy a freaking M5 and you complain about an oil change? Come on now. But anyway, now you hear about a bunch of people crying about the rod bearings going bad. The rod bearings are bad. Maybe if you got your damn oil change at the BMW and they put that special kind of oil in there, it would have been taken care of. That's the reason why I use 5W30 Motorcraft synthetic blend. People tell me all the time, they got full, why don't you use full synthetic? It came with synthetic blend. Why did Ford put synthetic blend in there? People go, well, maybe they were trying to save money. Well, why, if they wanted to save money, why didn't you use one turbo instead of two? Dre, y'all have a good day.